and sisters, I'm here to tell you that I charge the white man. I charge the white man with being the greatest murderer on earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest kidnapper on earth. There is no place in this world that that man can go and say he created peace and harmony. Everywhere he's gone, he's created havoc. Everywhere he's gone, he's created destruction. So I charge him. I charge him with being the greatest kidnapper on this earth. I charge him with being the greatest murderer on this earth. I charge him with being the greatest robber and enslaver on this earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest swine eater on this earth, the greatest drunkard on this earth. He can't deny the charges. You can't deny the charges. We're the living proof of those charges. You and I are the proof. You're not an American, you are the victim of America. You didn't have a choice coming over here. He didn't say, black man, black woman, come on over and help me build America. He said, nigga, get down in the bottom of that boat and I'm taking you over there to help me build America. Being born here does not make you an American. I'm not an American, you're not an American. You're one of the 22 million black people who are the victims of America. You and I, we've never seen any democracy. We ain't seen no democracy on the cotton fields of Georgia. There wasn't no democracy down there. We didn't see any democracy on the streets of Harlem, in the streets of Brooklyn, in the streets of Detroit, in Chicago. Ain't no democracy down there. No, we've never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare.
And tell me now, have you talked to your friends? Have you had a chance to communicate with others who were at this high school with this man who is now basically accused out in public of a heinous crime?
It is a terrorist attack. White people are terrorists.
I'm joined now by Don Lemon, who's here with me.
And a friend.
Yeah, I missed a little bit of the show.
Yeah. Well, you can understand why people are upset because, you know, this doesn't happen. This shouldn't happen to anyone. The whole thing that we have been talking about is whether this is terrorism or not. And I think it is terrorism. By any stretch of the imagination, you can understand that people are upset. But, you know, we're going to continue to talk about that.
The president himself said he's angry today.
Right.
And local leaders said they are angry, too, that violence like this can't happen in a church. But everyone I've spoken to as well has also talked about healing.
Yeah. I just think it's really sad that when we have 9 people who've lost their lives.
We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break
And
so we can have a
to
real
deal
conversation.
with something like this.
Let's
But
get
I
back
think
on
it's
it here.
important, too, that people see the ignorance with it.
Your knees and start praying. Stop praying.
That he had reloaded 5 different times, and her son was trying to talk him out of doing that act of killing people, and he just said, I have to do it. He said, you rape our women and you're taking over our country, and we have to go. At the conclusion of the Bible study, from what I understand, they just start hearing loud noises just ringing out. And he had already wounded, the suspect had already wounded a couple of individuals, including my cousin, Reverend Clemente Payne.
You turn to your Bibles, you turn to your God and say that God is gonna fix everything. So what, when we die? That's when we become equal? That's when we become safe? That's when our little boys and little girls can walk down the street?
We're learning so much about this investigation. My sources in Colombia say they wanted to learn more about this suspect, so they traced him back to Colombia, which is where he grew up, which is where I grew up as well. Grew up in the Lexington 1 school district. He went to 9th grade, went through 9th grade, and had to repeat 9th grade and dropped out in the month of February, so never finished 9th grade. They searched his dad's home. They didn't find anything suspicious. Then they went to his house on the other side of Columbia, and they did find evidence that this was a hate crime. They found skinhead paraphernalia in his house, and they found videos that are anti-African American.
That's when it'll stop, when I'm fucking dead? You're a slave. You think that Bible wasn't intended to enslave people? That's what you think. So they took your language, they took your culture, they took your children, they raped your husbands, they raped your wives, and they gave you a fucking Bible. Congratulations. But you want me to be quiet. You want me to be quiet. How come I'm the only one that doesn't understand that I'm next? You are next. It's not just some random person in Cleveland. It's not just some random person in Baltimore. It's not just some little black criminal in Ferguson. It's you. It's your son. It's your daughter. It's your nephews. That's who it is. So I won't be quiet. Fuck these laws. Fuck these, this economy. Fuck this whole system, because it's not made for me. It's not made for you. But you'd rather shuck and jive to a system that don't even want you. If they could exterminate your ass any quicker, they would. Don't think that it's not on the list, because it is. Y'all need to open up your minds and open up your eyes. Fight fire with fire. But what you need to burn is this slave mentality. Don't worry about burning no damn buildings until you burn that fucking slavery out of your head. Because you're so entangled in slavery and the American dream. That American dream is white. That white picket fence is not for you. That mortgage, y'all don't remember just 7 years ago? Y'all don't remember that they're taking people's houses? They take the money, say that they can't pay you, so they take your home. There's no American dream. Get the fuck over it. Before you think about getting angry, before this happens to you, you need to burn that slave mentality and realize that until this establishment is taken totally out, until it is totally taken out and redone, this country ain't made for you.
And extraordinarily, they called it a hate crime.
Once again, innocent people were killed in part because someone who wanted to inflict harm had no trouble getting their hands on a gun.
Sad, but I think that we've got to arm ourselves, at least have some people in the church who are prepared to defend the church when women and children are attacked.
You're a slave. You think that Bible wasn't intended to enslave people? That's what you think. So they took your language, they took your culture, they took your children, they raped your husbands, they raped your wives, and they gave you a fucking Bible. Congratulations. But you want me to be quiet. You want me to be quiet. How come I'm the only one that doesn't understand that I'm next? You are next.
How we stop the Black Panthers? Ronald Reagan cooked up an answer. You hear that? What Gil Scott was hearing when our heroes and heroines got hooked on heroin crack. Raised the murder rate in D.C. and Maryland. We invested in that. It's like we got Merrill Lynch. And we've been hanging from the same tree ever since. Sometimes I feel the music is the only medicine. So we cook it, cut it, measure it, bag it, sell it. The fiends cop it. Nowadays they can't tell it.